Underground. I'm here with a very important guest, man. This dude has been working hard all around the city. You feel me?
Trying to.
With the likes of Diddy, Drake, brand ambassador with none other than Hove, man. And dog, if you ain't on the night scene in Charlotte, man, I don't know what you're doing. If you are, then you know this name, man. Sporty Odie, man. What's up, big dog? How you living? It's
Good, man.
oh, man.
Good, real good. Ripping and running right now, but I definitely had to take out some time to holler at you. I know you are controlling the podcast game right now. You know what I mean? So it's only right that I had to make this happen. I don't care what I had going on.
Hey, man, we trying to become a bit stepper like you, big dog.
What's up?
Hey, man.
What's
So
up?
today, man, we want to talk about perseverance. Doing the homework. And just watching you for so many years. Everyone knows the story about sport wanting to be a basketball player and whatnot. And now we got the
Yes,
old,
sir.
you on the scene with working with all these major mega stars, man. So what did you have to do in order to change your mindset and your attitude to get where you at today?
Man, basically, perseverance is the key word. It may sound cliche. It may sound like something that everybody would say, but I just had to persevere, man. I had to put a plan together. I had to put it on paper, and I had to just make sure it came to fruition. When you think outside the box and when you create your plans, it's not always accepted by everybody. Not even your parents. Not even your close friends, your family. In order to, when you got a crazy idea, it's gonna be crazy to everybody. So I just had to really, believe in myself and just dig deep down and know that, like, I'm a gamble. It's a gamble, but I'm a gamble on myself. I know a lot of times, like, I always tell people when I first started, when I first came back from Winston, I was sleeping on my mom's couch. I used to tell her what I was gonna do. Like, nah, I wanna do these events, but I want to do them on a different scale. I want to be a host, but I want to be a host on a different scale. She'd be like, all right, but every morning when I woke up, she'd have like newspaper article, job listing, circle. Like, I'm on her couch, so she'd be right there on the floor. And then finally, when I had my first event, I think I made like $800, $900, something like that. So I line up, I go to bed that night on her couch. I line up all the money along the couch. Like, I line up like in stacks of hundreds, thinking I'm being a smart ass. I wake up, ain't number $300 left. I call my mom, like, yo, what happened? I was just trying to show you that it works. She's like, nah, Duke Power need to be paid, so you got to be
Right.
So, you know what I mean? But really, I just had to persevere through just all of it, and just really believe in myself and believe in the plan, and just honestly just know that the vision was God-given too. That's what made it more real, is that I knew it wasn't my vision, it was his vision. So it worked out.
I feel that, man. That was going to be my next question, plan A versus plan B. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, once you book that show, okay, and you got the 800, okay, did you see the bigger picture then, or did it take you a couple more shows? Did it take you, because 800, that's a lot to some people.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. Was it like,
Nah, that's a dope question. Nah, honestly, I had only did that show because I saw that UNC Charlotte at this time, they didn't have a lot of culture on their campus. I'm coming from Winston-Salem State, A&T, Central. I'm coming from that circuit. So I get back to Charlotte, and UNC Charlotte was the big dog, and they ain't had no culture. So I'm like, damn, y'all should do this show. So I just did the show. So, I just kind of did it just to do it. And then I put myself as the host of the after party, because at this time, Power 98 was kind of bullshitting with me, and they wasn't letting me get no run. So I put myself as the host and whatnot. And so, boom, I do the show, I do the after party, right? I go to East Lamar the next day. you know, just to kind of get my props. Since, you know, that's if you from Charlotte, the niggas know, like, if you did anything big, then that next day you go to East Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna see you. They gonna tell you that nigga and shit like that. So, you know, I get clean the next day. I go to East Lamar, and everybody like, yo, that joint was tough. Where's the next one? I'm like, the next one? Like, I wouldn't even think. I'm like, oh, niggas want me to do this again? Like, I was just thinking about the one. You know what I mean? And when they started asking about the next one, that's when I knew I was on to something. I'm like, okay. And I just was like, yo, just be on the lookout next month. And that's when we started picking up the parties and doing the parties. And then and that's how it worked out. It really was the people that kind of put that in position, like, yo, where's the next one? And I was like, all right, well, I guess they want another one.
So that. So the level of focus, you know, you more of a. Some people would think like, oh, this man a host, a party promoter. You know, he having fun, he get to drink. But can you express the level of focus it takes to, you know, deal at that level of business? You feel me? in order to book them guys.
Yeah, it take an extreme amount of focus, man. Like, a lot of people fall victim to the light of the situation, and I never fell victim to that. And I'm not gonna say I didn't never appreciate the light and the attention and all of that, but I never fell victim to it. It never made me, you know. A lot of people, you know, that's their pinnacle, just to be able to grab the mic in the club or be able to throw the party or to be able to look like they in charge. Me, it was always a stepping stone. So I always looked at it like that, and I never got too comfortable. So, you know, you got to think, you know, Puff Daddy, we book him, you know, that's $250,000, you know what I'm saying, for 3 events. It ain't all our bread, which makes it even more. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas putting bread in. So it's like, it takes an extreme amount of focus, because when you wake up that morning, bro, you in the hole $300,000. Some people won't even see that in a lifetime. You know what I mean? You're in the hole 300,000. Like, that's what you out. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna make it or you not. So, and then, you know, in this business, it's a lot of variables, man. You got weather. You know, I'm damn near a meteorologist. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you when it's gonna rain. I could tell you when they say it's gonna rain and it ain't gonna rain. I could tell you what months it rained the most. I could tell you, man, look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, in Charlotte, North Carolina, in April, every day gonna say thunderstorms. Every day. But it ain't going to thunderstorm every day. When we wake up in the morning, I could look and I could see if it's going to rain or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's how much I had to learn my craft. I had to learn people. You know, I had to learn that, you know, in this promoting game, people don't know where they want to go. They don't know if they want to go see Puff. If I drop a flyer right now for Puff on Black Friday, that sounds legendary, but they don't know if they want to go yet. You have to manipulate their mind into making them think, oh, this is where I have to be on Black Friday, by saying things like, this is where you have to be on Black Friday. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you put those little messages on the flyer, and, you know, and you put it, and with the promotion, you know, my radio commercials, they never have music in the background. It just be me talking, because I want you to hear it. Nobody cares about the instrumental. Oh, he used the Cardi B and Meg Stallion instrumental up under his commercial. That doesn't make you want to go. What makes you want to go is me talking to you and getting inside of your psyche and letting you know, like, this is where you need to be. Like, this is what's going to happen. Like, this is who's going to be here. This is who's going to be here. Telling you, go ahead, yo, this is, you know, sometimes I come on and be like, ladies, I got a reason for you to go shopping. Well, if a girl hear that, she's going to listen to the rest of the commercial, because they love going shopping. You know what I mean? Or you tell the fellas, I know all the girls going to be at this weekend. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to come on. And yeah, man, it took a lot of focus, man. Even at the events, you know, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, man, because then you got Jack boys, you know, who they counting people and thinking, oh, shoot, man, I counted 2,000 people, man. It was $50 a head. I know how much he took home, not understanding expenses, not understanding, you know, so it just but then at the same time, you are the entertainment. You are the centerpiece. So you have to look like you're having fun. You can't look focused. You can't look stressed out. You got to look like, yeah, sport, he the life of the party, oh, it's lit. Like when I used to stand up there label on Sundays, I stand up there, I'll be ready to host. And and if you ever notice, a lot of pictures with me on my phone, because I'm in my phone the whole time, like, how the door look? Everything good out there? Security on point? Okay. Make a money drop. Okay, where we at? Okay, boom. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, shut the door down. But at the same time, well, I'm in my cool whip, inside cello. How about that pretty motherfucker? Like, I'm still rocking it. Because it's a thousand people in there that's waiting to get rocked. They came to get rocked, but then it's business to be handled too. And that's when your team comes into a play a lot too. You just got to make sure that they are on point, and everybody understands. Like, nah, we'll go to Vegas this weekend. That's when we gonna have fun. But tonight, can't get caught up in the fun, and that's why my team always stay real small, about 3 people, 4 people, because they understood, like, we gonna have fun. It's gonna look like way more fun. But this Sunday, we will go out and have real fun by ourselves. You know what I mean? But it takes an extreme amount of focus, man. You got to get the artists in, get the artists out. A lot of artists are crybabies. Man, I'm not getting on the stage until I got my lobster tray. You know what I mean? So it's like, nigga, it's 12:30 at night. Where are we gonna get a lobster tray? Where, bro? Like, why are you making this it's impossible we can't get no lobster tray. So then you got to go back there. And a lot of times, like, the artists, they gonna push for whatever they can get. They know they can't get no damn lobster tray. You know what I'm saying? But if they don't know the person, they want to flex. So sometimes if I got a good rapport with them, then that's when I got to come down from hosting, go holler at them, But if I don't got a good rapport, sometimes we got to figure out where the fuck we get a lobster tray from. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was a big part as well, like understanding that humility and understanding, like, look, yeah, sport, you cool, you got your brand and stuff too, but you got to take the back seat tonight, because all of these people in the club, they're paying and they came to see that guy. You know what I mean? So if this nigga want a lobster tray and you sporty Odie, yeah, you popping, but if you need to jump in the car real quick, go get a lobster tray, you need to jump in the car, get a lobster tray, because it's all about the people. You know what I mean?
Right. So with your focus and everything, how hard is it with consistency? Being sporty Odie, making sure you got the hottest artists coming through the city every time.
Yeah, consistency is funny. I never looked at it as trying to stay consistent until you just asked me that. I just always want to outdo my last party. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, all right, we did this. We got to do it bigger. We can't fall off. I never look at it like, this year we have to stay consistent, throughout the year. It's always more so like, just I really take it game by game. Like, my whole approach to everything I do is from a basketball approach.
I want to ask you a tough question right here, man.
All right.
So, your mistakes in the game, all right? You gonna deal with all these people. The mistake that you have took in your career that could have cost you your whole MO, your whole name, your whole brand. Do you mind sharing that with us?
I gotta think on it. A mistake that could have cost everything. Oh yeah, I think it's not even nothing that's too, like, out of the ordinary. It's just more so straddling that fence between, like, I'm a man, like, I'm a brand and all of that, but I'm a man as well. So, you get your dope boys or just anybody that come to the club and they feel like, oh, I know who that is, but I'm about to front on him. Yo, man, I don't give a fuck about this little ass club, nigga. Boom, boom, boom. And it's like it's like that was the hardest. That's no. I don't really go through that now, but that was one of the hardest things. Like, knowing where you gotta just maybe let a nigga talk crazy and kind of take an L in that moment, because it's cameras out. People record, people seeing an argument. And if I turn up, it could go bad. You know what I mean? I could turn up. It could be the cost of, like, the whole career. It could be the cause of, like, a whole big melee and shooting outside a club. Because once one fight started in the club, it just pop off more fights. Energy transforms. That's why I always like to be on the mic. Because if I'm having a good time, I look like I'm having a good time. It's going to transform to you and who you with. So yeah, man, just really straddling that line and just not, you know, and it's been times that I slipped up, you know, and we done got in the fights, you know what I'm saying? And those be the times where I be the hardest on myself. I get home, I'm like, bro, I can't let somebody take me there. And then a lot of times my people just gotta remind me, like, sport, you human too. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much disrespect anybody can take, no matter if they, you know, trying to maintain a brand or whatnot, boom, boom. But I think that was probably my biggest, that's probably my biggest thing. Other than that, it's more so, it was like, other than that, it was just an event. It was one event we had, and that was Bootsy. We had Bootsy at Cameo. He had just got out of jail. His PO found out that it was a nightclub. It was a strip club. His PO calls off the event. It was the Welcome Home Bootsy party. They called the event off, and they call it off the morning of. It was a Saturday. So, I mean, tables sold out. This Bootsy coming home. So tables was going for 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. So people spent big boy money. So we working all day long to get Bootsy, you know, back in the club, to the point that we actually get his parole officer on the phone on a Sunday. And she was like, hey, I've been gardening, but you finally got me. What's up? So we tell him the situation, and we like, yo, we got a lot of people expecting Bootsy. You know, if we don't bring him, it could be a big problem, and it'll be on his name. So we was working on this for hours and hours and hours. Me, Bootsy, and his brother, and my partner Russ. So then finally they're like, all right, well, he could do it. So boom, we back on. Man, we get to the party, everything's going good, and then 5 minutes into the as soon as he got there, 5 minutes after he got there, about 1:30, somebody started shooting in the club. So that was the event that went back, because then I got a lot of backlash, and it was weird. It was weirdos. It was people saying stuff like, you got somebody to shoot the club up on purpose, you know what I mean, so that you didn't have to pay Bootsy his back end. And it's like, bro, no artist will step in the club without their back end. You know what I mean? He was in the club. People thought that they were shooting at him. You know, it was just a lot going on. But that event was bad because, once again, you know, I'm waking up to, yo, if I see you out with your daughter or your son, or like, it was like people go overboard. And they had made like a meme. I never forget, right? They made a meme, and it was a picture of me without a hat on, and I got a bald head. It was like, nigga, I got the meme was, I got 30,000 on Sporty Odie bald head. Like, niggas putting money on my head. So finally, I'm having to track some of the stuff I'm tracking down. Like, yo, why'd you post this? Where'd you get this from? Oh, I got it from so-and-so page. Oh, his page. I'm calling him. Like, yo, what's up, yo? Like, what's up? Like, yo, money on my head? What you do? Oh, nah, man, a lot of times, this when I realized, when I first learned the internet is full of, like, little weirdo kids. A lot of times it was people didn't even go to the party, bro. Seeing what happened, created a meme, being funny. Little kids. I called one, and it was a parent that came to some of my parties. She probably was like 35 at the time. And she like, oh, no, that's my son. He's 17 years old. He goes to, I think he went to Butler. Yeah, that's his page. I'm like, what? She like, I tell him take it down, sport, because, you know, I've been to your events before. So it was like stuff like that. But that was the one event that I felt like could have switched everything, because I just felt like everybody was turning on me. And it was so crazy. It was like the worst thing that could have ever happened at an event. And like some of the people felt like, oh, I think he did it on purpose, which I don't know why, but, you know, ain't nobody playing with bullets and shooting up their own parties and all that. That's just, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So now that you on the scene, you got a couple artists under your belt, you know. I know a few on the scene, you know, making a little noise.
Mm-hmm.
What are you teaching and not teaching, but guiding them when it comes to this industry of, you know, entertainment and stuff that you've seen so far?
The funny thing is that the artists, they, you know, I've been running for 15, 16 years. A lot of the artists, they learning more about me. So what I'm learning more in this situation is, like, a lot, they had to regain the respect for who I am and what I do. And now it's getting better to, like, a situation where it's like, do this, do that, do this. And they're like, all right, you know what I mean? Right. Because a lot of them, shit, they was in high school, middle school, you know, whenever niggas was really doing what they do. But a couple of them know as well, and a couple of them do listen. But I think with me, I just feel like my job is I just like to speak to them on how to treat the promoters, bro. Like, I just think it's a lost art. It's certain artists like Rocco, um, who else? I'm trying to think. Hold on real quick. This podcast is getting a day in the life, man. I'm about to go get some gas real quick.
Hey, want to see it all, man.
Yeah, but nah, Fab, Rocco, Waka. It's certain people that are like, I really rock with them. And that's because of how they treated me. You know what I mean? While I was booking them. I'm spending money. T.I., the only person to ever come out on stage. Don't do that. I might need to borrow yours one day. You good? Chilling, yes sir. Like T.I. like came up, put his arm around me one time and was like, yo, we on the front of the stage, put his arm on me like, yo, how you do tonight? Is this a win for you? Like no artist ever asked me, is this a win? You know what I mean? So I always try to tell them about promoter etiquette. You know, Little John, she's real good at it. You know what I mean? All of them, Little John, Tiana, Zay, Wise B, they're all real good at that because it's something that I preach. Like, yo, you got to make sure you showing love because they don't understand, man. Promoters, especially when you starting out, man, you scraping up. You might pay an artist, that really might be your last. Lots of times starting out, my bad. Lots of times starting out, I'll pay an artist and right, I'm peanut butter and jelly for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. That's what I had to pay him. And so I just try to tell him that.
I got you.
Yeah.
So with the name, the brand, the man you are today, I gotta piggyback on this. Would you give all that up right now to hear your name called on draft night?
Niggas faster than you can say movie time. Faster than you can say movie time.
I don't know, man. You got a lot of accolades under your belt now. A lot of followers, man.
For me to be sitting there with my family and they say, you know, the 12th pick, New York Knicks, they select John Adams, Winston, it's over, bro. I'm getting all this and go back. All this, just for that one moment. That's a good question.
So I know you busy, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I just gotta ask you, I know you man, you've been on the road every day. Every day.
Mm-hmm.
I just did a show or whatnot. Was it yesterday? Yeah.
With Little John.
Lil John and Jeezy, all them, man.
Yeah.
So what's your goals, man? Like what's the bigger, what's next for sport?
What's next, man? Just elevating, bro. Just revitalizing and reshaping the brand and reinventing. You know, Puff is the king at that, and I always looked up to him reinventing himself. You know, this ain't the same sport. They used to have his do-rag tied with the airbrush shirt that was throwing, you know, shows at Winston. It's a different sport now. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a different sport. It went to that, to the big party sport, to the booking big people sport. Now we want you to book our people sport. You know what I mean? Still doing parties and stuff, but now it's, you know, creating that generational wealth and creating something that's gonna be legendary, you know, for time to come. Like I wanna be able to, like I say, I've always liked how Puff moved and just like the businessman that he was. So it's always been my goal, you know, to move like that. And honestly, man, we sitting down. The pandemic had just hit. I'm sitting down with King Carter, and I always thought my moment was gonna be with Puff. Like I'm gonna get that meeting in New York. It's gonna be with Bad Boy. He gonna tell me he got an artist. Boom, boom, boom. And so my man King Carter, who manages the baby, we had a meeting at the beginning of the pandemic, and we had already talked about starting social currency. And while he's talking, we already got our artists set in stone, everything. We already a label. And while he's talking, I'm like, hold on. The baby is the biggest rapper in the world. King Carter
is pretty much Puff at this point. So this is my meeting. This is the meeting I always thought I was going to have. I swear that was my aha moment. It was like February. I said, and Little John is my Biggie. And I'm like, oh, shit. And it just came full circle like, this is it, bro. This is what you was waiting for. What would a meeting with Puff do for you now? No disrespect, but what would that do now? This is the Puff. This is it. And so when I realized that, that's when everything went into overdrive. And since then, you know, that's been the next move. Making my next move my best move.
Feel you gotta take yourself. What do you feel is more important, the attitude and the mindset, or the drive, the hustle? Because there's a lot of people that got the mindset for it, ain't got no drive. And there's a lot of dudes that got the drive, but they ain't got no.
Yeah, damn. That's a good ass question. That's a hell of a question. I think for me, my answer would be the mindset gotta be there, because that's what fuels the drive. You know what I mean? Like, but that's only for me, because you're right. Some people got the mindset, but no goddamn drive. I meet so many people. They full of ideas, man. Great ideas, but don't have the drive to get them going. Then you got people that, yo, man, I want to do this, and this, with no ideas. So you're right. But I think if I had to say what's most important, it'll be the mindset, man, because you got to believe. Before anything, you got to believe, man. You're going to go up against some shit. It's going to be a lot of closed doors. It's going to be a lot of wondering, you know, when you live like how I live and how people that do this type of stuff live. It's a lot of it's nothing concrete. You know what I'm saying? We don't get paychecks every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? We just moving, like, and just believing in ourselves and believing in God mostly. And, you know, you need good people around you to just always keep you up. You know what I mean? And because, you know, we get down. You know what I mean? So I think my answer would be the mindset, the mental. Your mental got it, because you got to be strong mentally, because you're going to get physically tired. So it's like, even if you got the drive, that could run out. You got to have that mindset. That's what I think.
I feel that, man. Hey, man, I thank you so much for taking your time out, man. I know you're busy, man. I thank you so much for, you know, stopping in at Standard Underground, man, dropping this knowledge to these people, man. It's up. You already know what it is, dog. Appreciate you, big dog.
Already, bro. Look, make sure y'all check everything out, man. Check me out on social media at Sporty Odie. Also coming up, the Grin and Bear clothing line. Another big business that I'm not going to announce yet. I have another separate business as well. But definitely the Grin and Bear clothing line, and also, you know, Little John 4K and Social Currency Enterprises. You know, those are all things of the future. We creating the future. We creating a new look of the future. We creating a new sound of the future. We want to control the future. You know what I mean? So let's get it. It's movie time.